my name's Alex and I'm from Brighton Jeep. Today we're here to celebrate the Jeep 4x4 week, which is actually held between April 4th all the way through to April 9th. And what Jeep are doing for our Jeep customers is double the loyalty reward, which means if you own a Jeep and trade it in, you could receive up to an additional $3,000. How good is that? But I'm not only here today to tell you what this event is about, I'm also here today to show you what the all-new Jeep Compass Trailhawk is about. Over to you, Alex. Here is the all-new Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Now, what makes the Trailhawk a Trailhawk is it's trail rated. Just come on around and let me just show you what this badge is all about. Now, when Jeep Compass goes through its trail rating, it means that it's gone through 4 massive tests. Number 1, traction. Number 2, waterfording. 3, maneuverability. 4, articulation. And so there is a 5th one called ground clearance. And so it's passed all those tests at the highest difficulty rating with flying colours. And that's what makes a Jeep Compass Trailhawk the type of car that has been heralded as the most capable 4x4 vehicle in its class. Now, at a glance, you'll notice that the anti-glare hood decal is right on the bonnet there. So you'll notice here the 7-slot iconic grille that's synonymous throughout the whole Jeep lineup. And what that actually means is Jeep was the very first brand to drive over all 7 continents. Now, here at the base, you'll notice that there's 2 lovely red hooks, and that's iconic to the Trailhawk. They're actually the tow hooks there. You'll find them right in the front and right in the rear. But something that's really interesting to note and very quirky to Jeep is you'll notice that the polycarbonate plastic on the front here has an actual flex material. And that's actually designed in very slow speeds, up to 5 kilometers an hour. For those who find it difficult to park, they may actually touch park the car in front, and the bumper is designed to flex in and out, decreasing any further damage. Now, you're probably wondering what's right underneath the hood here. So I'm going to open it up for you. They've made it nice and easy on the driver's side, using your right arm and releasing the hatch. Now, the Trailhawk has a 2-litre turbo diesel powered engine, but what makes this engine so good is the fact that it has 135 kilowatts with 350 newton meters of torque. The best part about this engine is it only uses 5.7 litres of fuel per 100 Ks. So rest assured, not only can the car take you everywhere and anywhere, but at the Bowser very few times. So with this engine bay, there is so much tech that is actually underneath. There's a submarine engine bay that's actually on 3 engine mounts. You've got absorption points. You've actually got noise reductive material. The thing about this car is it's safe, it looks great, but they really haven't spared any expense. And as we move around the vehicle, you'll actually start to notice that Jeep as a brand isn't just all about adventure. It's also about the premium touch and luxury feel. As we drop down here on the wheel set, you'll notice that there is a 17-inch wheel set with a dual touch finish, but you've also got that ride height. So driving over mountain terrain, hilly rocks, or anything like that, this car can really drive over it with ease. But notice the tires? That's right, they're all-terrain tires. Now, what's iconic to the Trailhawk is actually the mud guards that actually flow all the way through around the car. And with trail rating and the design elements, with the red on the trail rated, the red around the compass, and the design flow all the way from the front to the rear, really accentuates the body. But the premium touch finish that I'm talking about is also the hide loss finish around the B-pillar. When we talk about safety, what I really want to point out here is actually the B-column and how thick it is. Really thick B-column, really thick wall. So again, in the unlikely event of an accident, rest assured, Compass is going to keep you nice and safe. But as we add into the premium touch and luxury feel, so with the twin stitching and the leather arm base, it flows all the way through into the chrome plating that's also finished in red, into the red stitching on the sidewall, the leather trim, into the central dash. They've made the design so synonymous and free-flowing. Now, you're probably wondering how many airbags this car actually has. 7. Yes, they're in the front, yes, they're in the body, yes, they're in the curtain, but there's also an additional airbag that's located where the driver's knee is. So again, in the unlikely event, you're going to land on a cloud. How good is that? And the way they've actually designed and developed this car, you can tell they've invested some serious money to make sure the car is constructed perfectly. As we move to the rear here, again, the design elements with the tow hooks in the front, tow hooks in the back, Trailhawk badging with 4x4. Something that's a little bit quirky here for you is you'll notice that there's these lovely Easter eggs they love for people to find. With the Jeep branding there, right underneath you'll also find a Loch Ness. These elements are all around the vehicle. Jeep, as an adventure brand, want to make life a little bit fun. A really important thing to take note is, like I mentioned, they really haven't spared any expense. You betcha, they've got a full-size spare wheel. So for those adventure types who really do like to go everywhere, anywhere, you get a flat tire, you can still keep driving. In the rear part of the seats here, whether or not you have no children or 3, you've got all the hooks there to protect all the kids in their baby seats. In addition, tie-down hooks on the left and right, and additional storage points to keep your loose belongings nice and safe. Let's drop down the boot. Now, so one thing I really want to point out is the petrol cap. There is none. Best part about that, you're at the Bowser wondering where to put it. You don't have to, because there is none. Let's have a look inside. So, when building this vehicle, it's taken them several years with the design and development stage, called R&D. And they've spent lots of money to make sure they perfect everything. So when we talk about design elements and the color palette that they've used their red insignia for Trailhawk across the whole vehicle. So from the tow hooks, to the badging, to the stitching, to the speaker system on the left and right hand side, even with the speedometer and front dash, it's all synonymous. Again, it's just increasing the touch and feel and the luxury finish that Jeep Compass is all about. Now, let's talk about the functionality. The functionality in this car is seamless and easy to use. Let's turn it on. Multiple displays, one directly in front and one on the left-hand side. Now, the one in front encapsulates absolutely everything. And what that actually does, it showcases everything you need, from your Bluetooth with answering and disconnecting calls, to your navigation reading, and even to your digital speedometer. So when I play with that screen, it all pops up. Now that's for the driver. On the left-hand side, so with the Uconnect screen, multiple icons there that you can play around with, from your phone, navigation, additional controls for your heated seats, and even additional apps that's intuitive for even the IT savvy. However, we are here to talk about the Trailhawk and its point of difference. So let's pop it down. This is what Jeep is known for. It can drive everywhere and anywhere, from snow, sand, mud, and rock. So come on down to Brighton Jeep, have a look at the all-new Compass, and take advantage of the loyalty program. Thank you.